Alright, hello everybody. How are you? Happy Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. I think it's pushing about 7:30 over here in Eastern Time Zone. Sunday night, March 22nd. Yep, so funny thing is, my sister Lisa says to me, "Mike, you can't take care of Dad." Yeah, I can just kind of see their point, a little bit, a little bit. I disagree, but I can see the point. I can understand why they'd say that. I would show you a picture of my house, but it's kind of messy and kind of embarrassing. And then, then you would understand why I say I can see their point. But but it just got me thinking. It's like, okay, so I can't take care of Dad. So what? We have to let you not take care of. We have to let you not take it. Why can I not say that? We have to let you not take care of Dad. That's what I was trying to say. Where's the logic in that? You can't take care of Dad, so you have to let us not take care of Dad. Okay, well, obviously the retort to that is going to be, well, we are taking care of Dad. We got him locked up in a facility with a bunch of zombies. That's and I'm like, okay, well, that's kind of what I mean. You're not taking care of Dad either, But, of course, by their standards, they are taking care of Dad, But their standards don't take into account Dad's happiness. And their standards also don't take into account the fact that they're exaggerating Dad's illness, the detrimental effect of his illness, if you can even call it that. And they're calling it illness because they've convinced themselves that he has Alzheimer's, even though he's never been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. They're calling it that because it makes them feel better about locking him up in a facility with a bunch of zombies. Oh, we have to. We have no choice. We got to lock him up. He's got Alzheimer's. Ooh, Alzheimer's. Oh, Alzheimer's. Oh. Like Alzheimer's is like this magic word that makes everybody go like, oh yeah, Alzheimer's. Yeah, that's horrible. It's not a magic word for me. I recognize a word for what it is. It's just a word. And people use words to manipulate. They use words to play games, and that's all that's going on here. They're just playing the game. Dad has been essentially unchanged in his status for about 5 years. He's been forgetful like this for about 5 years, and it's like literally unchanged. And like I said, that guy, I can't remember his name now. The husband of one of the ladies at this facility who has Parkinson's, who fell in the bathtub and had to be medevaced over to the hospital and all this kind of stuff, So, I'm trying to remember his name. Sorry. Yeah. Anyway, I'll probably remember it in the middle of some random other statement. He commented to me. He goes there every day to visit his wife, or almost every day. And it was so close. I almost had it. Irwin, that's it. I believe his name is Irwin. He said to me, he's like Archie's mobility has really decreased since he moved here. This was after probably about 3 months, and I was like, okay, how they say, if you're a tennis player, play tennis with people that are better than you because it makes you better. If you're a student, if you're a smart student, you get put in a room with a bunch of really, for lack of a better word, stupid, people. Your abilities are going to probably regress. And so Dad's been put in this facility with a bunch of people that have abilities that are significantly less than his, so he's regressed. Plus he's depressed, as you or I would be, as anybody would be. So it's just the absence of logical coherence is, on the one hand, comical, and on the other hand, tragic. It's like, you can't take care. This is kind of the way I look at it. You can't take care of him, therefore you have to let us not take care of him. Okay, how does that make sense? But Becky's driving this whole thing, so to me it's kind of like, I look at everything in terms of skits because I'm kind of artistically minded, theatrically minded, and so I kind of look at it like, you can't take care of Dad as a human, therefore you have to let us take care of him as an animal. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, let me just tell you, we had a bull last week that had an infected testicle, okay? And I called the veterinarian. Why did I call the veterinarian? Because I don't want to touch that dirty, nasty bull's testicle, okay? When you have dirty, nasty problems, you call professionals. That's what you do. That's just what you do, okay? And that's what we're doing with Dad. We called in the professionals. That's a situation we don't want to deal with. We don't want to get our hands dirty, and no, we don't care about Dad's happiness. Dad's happiness has no consideration in this whole process. For crying out loud, what's the matter with you? Okay? Acting like he's a human being or something like that. What in the world? Hell, you just need to grow up and you can learn how to make tough decisions. Be strong like me, make tough decisions. Call the professionals when you got a situation you don't want to deal with. Now, let me tell you something. I got this house here. It's the size of 3 commercial buildings. What in the world am I supposed to do with it while I'm spending all my day taking care of that dirty, old, smelly old man? Okay? What in the heck do you expect me to do? That's why we call in the professionals. Thank God Dad has his own money. For crying out loud, I wouldn't want to pay that bill. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't want to, because I can tell you that's about like 3 months worth of cow food for 1 month of care for this old man. So, that's the way I look at it. It's like, he's not a human being. He's just like, he's like an animal. You know, he's like a bull. He's like a mule. He's like a hamster. It's just like, I'll just put him over there in that daggone pen, shut the door, put the lock on it. We'll have the vet come check on him every now and then. Every now and then we'll come out and pet him on the head. It's like, yeah, I'm telling you, Dad's not happy. And if you don't believe me, oh yeah, I mean, but listen, what do? They pump him full of drugs, so he looks happy, right? It's like, or he's getting agitated and upset. Well, give him something to make him stop being agitated and upset. When I come to pat him on the head, I want him to have a smile on his face. I mean, that it. I'm pretty sure that's the way it is. In case you're wondering what the situation is, that's pretty much what the situation is. You lock up an old person, literally. You lock them up. You exaggerate the state of their illness so you can justify locking them up to everybody. And then you give them drugs so they look happy. So if anybody asks if they're happy, they'd be, oh, of course he's happy. But now, if you go there and you talk to him face to face honestly, and you say, hey, this is your house, right? He's like, I don't live here. He's like, this is like he told me one time, this is like a sanatorium. I don't live here. I was like, well, Dad, I'm afraid you do. And trust me, it wasn't me that did this. So, anyway, that's where we're at. I can't take care of Dad, so we have to sit here and let my siblings not take care of Dad. You know, that's their point of view. It's like, it's almost like, would you rather rather live short, happy, or long and miserable? And it's kind of like, well, we want to get him physically taken care of, and we don't care about the rest, We don't care about where he wants to be, what he wants to do. We don't care about whether he's happy. We don't care about his preferences. He wants to be with family. We don't care. We're just going to call the professionals and let the professionals deal with this situation. And then we will have done our duty as children. I'm just over here with my point of view, and it's like, yeah, that doesn't compute, That doesn't compute. I believe in having the input of professionals, and taking their counsel under consideration. I don't like obey it blindly. Oh, the doctor said, so what? Get 5 doctors together, they're going to say, you're going to get at least 2 different opinions. You might get 3 different opinions. We had 3 doctors taking care of Mom. We had 3 different opinions. 2 of them were kind of congruent, and 1 was wildly different. So, oh, the doctor said, it's like, so? How many doctors have you talked to? Oh, 1. Okay, well, You talk to 5. You know, talk to 3. Because you can twist any doctor's arm to say anything you want, and you can take anything any doctor says and twist it into meaning whatever you want, and that's what they do. So, just to justify locking Dad away, you know. So, and I object, and I have no avenue of objection except these silly videos. So I'm objecting. I think it's sick. I think it's sad. I think it's evil, and I think it's wrong. And that's my opinion.